Hi, friends. Okay, so I am procrastinating life today. Today, I don't know why. I woke up, I had an awesome morning routine. I had a really great walk. I listened to my personal development. I felt so freaking good. And then I got a text from my husband about the state of the world and his job. And then my workout felt really hard, and it just like everything kind of felt like it snowballed into this like craptastic day. And I was like, what a perfect time to come in here and actually talk about coaching, because it truly is the glue that keeps my life together and keeps me committed to my own journey. And so I wanted to kind of chat through a couple of the questions you guys asked, because like a week and a half ago, I was like, I'm gonna go live today. What questions do you have? And TikTok, I never did. So first of all, that's like the one thing I want to talk to you about, like the benefit and a perk for me and for so many of the gals that are actively coaching, is that extra layer of accountability. And sometimes you're like, well, I don't want to have to do what you do. You never have to do what I do, but having in-person accountability is a total game changer. And so I know you guys are amazing. I could come in here and I could be like, I had a hard day, I didn't really feel like it, and you would probably all cheer me on still. But to be really honest, for a long time, I was kind of a quitter. I was a perfectionist, type A, firstborn, where if it wasn't perfect, it wasn't worth doing. Does it sound familiar? And so that kept me in a box for so long, for so many years. And it prevented me from trying new experiences, because maybe I would look stupid, or maybe I would fail, or maybe it wouldn't be perfect, which is such a waste. I hate that. Like, bleh. I'm still breaking up with that. But coaching has been an extra layer of accountability for me for when I don't feel like it or I don't think I can. Not because you're holding me to it, but because I've made a commitment to you. So I'm challenging some of you to think about coaching in a different way. You don't have to have your life together. You don't have to have some massive transformation. The only thing you need to do as a coach is just be committed to your journey and be honest about it, share about it. And if you want to help other people, if you want to grow income, then you're gonna share about it and you're gonna invite people to come on the journey, and then we go from there with that part of it. But the extra layer of accountability has helped me so much when I'm doing a program I don't really wanna do. Or like right now, today is day 2 of 645, and I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying that I'm tired of Transform 20. And so by the time I get done with that 20-minute killer workout, and then I start push play on 645 with all the talking, like I'm already done. I'm tired. I'm irritated. I just want to get it done, which is not a very great attitude to have. So I finished it today. Tomorrow I start 645 for real, where it's just that program. And I know that the pace is different now that I've done 2 workouts. I know the pace is entirely different, but I also think that that can be a gift, because sometimes when you're hard charging through, it's easy just to go through the motions and you're not really fully engaging it. What I keep thinking of every day, the last 2 days I've done 645, is I'm like, this is gonna be a powerhouse for pelvic floors. Like if you've done any of the pelvic floor exercises I've shared, or you're working with a pelvic floor PT, you guys, like this is gonna be a powerhouse when it comes to that, with being mindful and working on it and strengthening it and all the things. So accountability, coaching is really, really, really great accountability when you just don't want to, or you don't feel like you can. It's definitely helped me. Okay, so a couple of the questions that you guys asked. So Tia had a great question. She wanted to know, in order to be a successful coach, how much time on average do you think I have to put in? I understand it can ebb and flow with your own personal schedule, but for actual success, what is the minimum? Such a good question. Okay, so it really depends on what you want out of it. I think that you should touch your business every single day. And when I say touch your business, I'm talking about you do a workout, which I don't count that as part of my work time. It's not. It's me working on me, okay? Hey, stop that. I have a cat trying to escape. So my workout doesn't count as part of my work time. I would say give yourself an hour. And if you're like, I don't have a solid hour, then you break it into little chunks. And the cool thing is, if you want to help other people, but you're not sure what to do, we have roadmaps, okay? So this is called the Success Club System, and you can print these out. I printed them and had them put into a little book, and it tells me everything I need to do. Everything I need to do. Like, it literally breaks it down. You need to work out and drink your Shakeology. Okay, fine. You need to make a social media post that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle. Okay, cool. I can do that. Every day I do that. Update your Instagram or Facebook story throughout the day, and then it tells you what to do. So it breaks it all down for you, and you can check the boxes. We have accountability threads as coaches, and then I recently started working with a top coach's coach, and so she shared with me network power hours, which means about three times a day there is a network power hour, and you can dial in. It's a Zoom, and they tell you exactly what to do. You obviously put your own spin on it, because it's not like they're sharing scripts and it's icky. Because if that's how you're going to do your business, if you just want to carbon copy someone else, you're not going to have success. And I don't want you to be like, ooh, I can't, like, that sounds so overwhelming. It's really not. Like, you follow a blueprint, but you make it your own, because you are going to share your personal struggle, your personal victory, your personal spin, and the people who that resonates with, those are the people that you want to work with. I have never been team, I want a huge diverse team. I want to work with people I want to go on vacation on. Or vacation with. No, I don't want to go on vacation on you. That sounds kind of dirty. I want to go on vacation with you. You are going to be my desert island invited people. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people having the same religious beliefs as me. I'm okay with people being like-minded. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being in my little pod, because there is so many different coaches for so many different walks of life, and I don't need to speak to those people. I just need to speak to my people, which is you people, right? So in a nutshell, I think an hour a day is more than enough, and you can break that into little pockets, and you can also alternate. So maybe on, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you do a network power hour, which helps you figure out how you're inviting and all that kind of business. And the other days, you're following up with people and you're touching base with people. And I think the hardest part for the coaches that I have recruited over the years, it's the follow-up piece. We're not selling, okay? First of all, you're not selling, because selling is gross, and everyone knows when you're being sold to. I don't know how many times it's happened, even now, where I clam up, I'm like, oh, you hit my inbox because you want to sell me skincare. Ooh, I can tell you're trying to sell me something. That's not how I run my business. In the beginning, I made mistakes, and I was icky, but I always own it. Like, if I send someone a message, and maybe I didn't realize what was happening in their life, and that message comes across as icky, I always message them. Like, just own it. I think my people that resonates with. So basically, that was a very long-winded answer. I think that an hour a day is more than enough. And if you totally can't do an hour, well, then you just do teeny tiny pockets throughout your day. I mean, most people take their phone to the bathroom. Most people have their phone in all these different places. Like, why can't you just break it into bite-sized chunks? And if you're following the plan, you know what to do. So you're not just like struggling, like, oh my gosh, I have time, I don't know what to do. Does that help? How much time do I spend? I don't know. It kind of depends. I mean, I try and give it at least an hour, sometimes more. Just depends. But I also love social media. So for me, social media is really fun, and sharing my story on sharing my life on stories. It's something that I look forward to doing. I don't hate doing it. Okay. Let's see. How do you start? Well, you start by getting the tools you need, right? So you get a challenge pack. If you already have that, if you already have Beachbody On Demand, well then, hey Dolly, then you just start. Like, you become a coach, okay? So you can either sign up with a challenge pack or a completion pack, and your $40 coach fee is waived. If you already have a challenge pack and you're like, I want to become a coach, cool. Then you can pay the $40. They'll reimburse it if you recently purchased a challenge pack, and then you just start. Like, you just let me know, or whoever your coach is, what your goal is, what you want to do. If you just want to get your shakes paid for, or your unicorn juice paid for, or maybe you want in-person accountability buddies, like, everyone comes in with something different. It really depends on what you want and what is motivating you. The sky is the limit. How long did it take me to be where I'm at? So I had a girlfriend that kept saying, you need to be a coach. You would love Beachbody. You really should pursue this. You should really check it out. And I was like, ew, no, thank you. For an entire year, she invited me. And I just was like, I'd already done another MLM. I did oils once upon a time. I love them, but it was hard to sell them because I was selling them, right? And it just didn't resonate. So I had a lot of self-limiting beliefs around it. It took me an entire year. And then I said yes to coaching, and I just started sharing my journey. I lost a lot of people. I lost close friends. Whatever, they weren't my people. So, we all share things we love, right? You share if you find like a shampoo you love, or if you have a babysitter, or like the perfect pair of jeans. Like, that's really what I'm doing. I'm not forcing people. I'm not trying to sell people. I'm just sharing my journey authentically and inviting them to come along. And the people who like it and comment on it, I send them invites behind the scenes. And I say, hey, you're welcome to join me. Oh, I totally lost track of my thought there. I'll come back to that. I'm gonna write myself a note though. So yeah, how long did it take me to, well, I've been coaching now for almost 6 years. Is that right? Yeah. And I hit the rank that I'm at right away, within 6 months of my business. My biggest opportunity has been finding working coaches that want to do this the way I've done it, which doesn't mean you have to be me, but like just being consistent and playing the long game. And I started to touch on this, and then I got distracted by some other thought. And that is that this business is built on follow-ups. Like, you can share your journey all day long, and you can invite people up front, like on your Facebook or on your Instagram, like, come join my group or come do this with me. And people they'll applaud, and they'll hit likes and drop little gifts and stuff. But like, if you really want to build this, it's the behind the scenes work. It's the behind the scenes conversations, not the selling, not the growth stuff, but I keep thinking about you, and I really want you to do this with me. I'm following up with you because I know that you'd love this. I want you to be my accountability partner. And that's not you being ingenuine or salesy or gross, right? I genuinely do want you, all of you, to be my accountability partner. I want you to feel good in your skin. I want you to feel proud of where you're at in your journey. And so I'll follow up with all of you until you unfriend me or block me or tell me straight up no. Even some of you will tell me no, and I'll just keep going because I know in my heart that this is something that's changed my life. And how selfish would that be of me to not share it with other people? Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. But it's changed my life. And in seasons like this that are hard and overwhelming, and where we're like, I don't know what's going to happen with my husband's career. Like, I legit don't know. They're talking about sending them to Afghanistan now. They're talking about mandating shit. Like, it is the Wild West. I don't know what is going to happen, but I know that I love this. And I know that every single week that I show up to my coaching business, and even the weeks I don't, I make income. There's no guarantees, okay? I'm not saying that I can go ahead and pay the mortgage and all the bills right now, but I can see, I know people personally who have made this into their full-time thing, and that is 100% that is my goal, and that will happen. It clearly hasn't happened in the timeline that I had hoped, but if I'm really honest, I also haven't done a lot of the really scary stuff that I know I need to do. So, work in progress right here, right? It's the whole thing. We're all works in progress. We're all working on the journey. Okay, so how much of my time, another time question, right? And so I think if you that hour feels like a lot. If you have a job and you have kids and you're growing humans and you're trying to do all the things, so like you break it up into pockets. Maybe in the morning you devote 15 focused minutes to like, I'm going to invite, and now I'm going to follow up. And it's not this, like, I think the biggest part is being systematic about it, is like following a plan, which we will tell you, okay? And then actually taking the action even when you don't want to, because there's lots of parts where I don't necessarily want to. It's not necessarily fun. Some people will find other things fun than I do. Some stuff is just hard, but you just do it. And the more you do it, the easier you get. And I think I have the most success in my business when I'm genuinely enjoying and excited about my journey. And that ebbs and flows. Sometimes I'm doing a program that I kind of hate, and then it's hard. It's hard to invite to something if you're not fully invested. But every single time I recommit to a program, that's why every single month there's a new start. There's a fresh start date, even if I'm in the middle of a program, because I know for me, I need that. Even if I'm in the middle of something, I need that fresh date on the calendar to recommit to my journey. And then I can invite people with like wholehearted truth and genuineness, like to come on the journey with me. Does that help? I don't know who's still watching. Let's see. Are there any other questions that I didn't? Those were really it. It was just the time piece, which, you know, you find your groove, and some parts will be fun and some parts won't always be fun. But I think that working on my journey, and there's nothing like getting the messages like, you changed my life. And people who aren't in my group, they're like, the things you post, it really resonates. That feels good. And it's not like an ego thing. It's because I know I'm making an impact. And I think a lot of us really genuinely crave a place to belong, and we crave a way to make an impact, to touch other people's lives. And so, yeah, I'm a Beachbody coach, but that's not all I do. I work on my journey and I share my reel, and there's lots of different facets that I have leaned into as a coach. It doesn't mean you have to. You're gonna find your own jam, your own secret sauce. You're gonna have your own struggles that will become your own pain points that you can share about, and you can shine a light for other people who are maybe feeling shamey and stuck. So I think coaching for me has been it's kind of therapy, to be really honest. And it's really helped me in the seasons where things just feel hard and kind of not worth showing up for. It's the thing that keeps me grounded and keeps me showing up. So if you have any other questions, drop them. Let me know. Like I said, it took me an entire year to say yes to coaching, and I was living it and loving it. I was doing PIO, like I said earlier today, probably over and over for almost a whole year. I was telling all these people, you should try it, you should do it. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that I was sending all these people randomly to Beachbody, and I could have been making a commission and helping other people on their journeys, but you know what? You live and you learn, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity. So my plan is to retire Marshall and to get approximately 20 more cats. So if any of you want to help join the team and make that a reality, terrific. You don't have to have cats. You don't have to want to retire your husband. You can completely love doing what you do and have this be that extra layer of accountability, because like I said, you get out of it what you put into it. And I just think it's really a gift, and times right now are so weird and uncertain. So if you're doing something and you love it and there's people in your life that you know could benefit from it, I think it's definitely worth exploring. If you have any other questions, you can drop them. And now that I'm done procrastinating, I'm going to go ahead and do my power pocket, which is what I call following up with messages, getting some stuff scheduled, just following my plan. I'm not inventing a wheel, I'm just following my plan. So if you have any worries, if there's anything else you want to chat through, if you have been a coach in the past and it didn't quite fit, maybe it's a different season, It's your journey. It's your journey. So if you just want to run your race and rock out with a discount, totally cool. If you want to take this to the next level, but you're super intimidated and scared, I get it. I'm not here to make you do anything you don't want to do, but I love this and I live it. And I know so many of you can make a really big impact. And it'd be pretty rad to make an income with an impact, right? There's no guarantees. Okay, I have to insert the disclaimer. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income or success. It's all based on every coach's individual skill set and consistency, right? Right.